fellow Martians, and welcome to the sixth episode of our Words of the Leaf podcast slash blog. In today's episode, I will be diving deeper into a new release that I'm very honored to be a part of, and that's the Knights at Club Nova, an erotic romance anthology. Last month, I mentioned numerous times, I believe, that I was writing a secret short story project. That project has been titled Marvelous, and it became a part of an erotic romance anthology known as Nights at Club Nova. It was spearheaded by Margaret, a black published author and known as Keeping Up with Kama on her YouTube channel. The anthology was set for a February release, which was the perfect month for steamy romantic shorts. My fellow authors were black authors, and it's an honor to be able to work with amazing people, especially when you embark on a new journey. I had so much fun writing my short story, and it was nice to make new friends along the way. Everybody who worked on the anthology gave their all and was very supportive of one another. That's the kind of environment any person would need to keep themselves motivated and at the same time make the writing process fun. In today's episode, I will be sharing my writing journey for the anthology, which would include a few discoveries about myself as a writer. I'm dedicating this episode to our release because I missed the promotion stream with the ladies. I hope that this would make up for what I missed, and I hope that this could help increase the interest surrounding our book baby. To be able to write with amazing writers for an anthology was certainly a blessing. Before I was invited to join, I haven't publicly published anything. I never joined an anthology before, and I've never written short stories before. All that changed when Margaret, the spearhead of this project, reached out to me by December. She formally invited me to join an anthology project for February 2021. My initial reaction was excited because I've never done anything like that before, and work closely with a group was always something I looked forward to. I had doubts about my ability as a writer, but I accepted the invitation because I wanted to try something new. There were times during the writing process where I just wanted to quit and back out of the project. Let me be clear about one thing. I wanted to quit not because of the people I worked with, but because of my own self. I didn't believe in myself. I had too much doubt in my system. It affected me badly with my creativity. Thankfully, I overcame that fear with the help of my husband and writer friends. They assured me that I would do fine and it's okay to make mistakes on the first try. Writing my short story, oh boy, there were a lot of emotions. I was thrilled to write it. I was afraid to write it. I wanted to finish it. I wanted to stop and just throw it again in the trash because I thought it was complete and utter garbage. I was proud of what I wrote, but at the same time, as a perfectionist, I felt like something was missing, like it wasn't enough. Those different ranges of emotions made me realize that I was growing as a writer, and that's something I always looked forward to when I start a new project. I don't want to be the writer where I'm so confident with what I write. I think it's total perfection. What amazed me is that I didn't face that many challenges in writing the story I wanted to tell. When Margaret said it was going to be an erotic romance anthology, a small voice in me knew I could make it. Why? Because it's romance. Romance was my genre of writing. When she explained the rules for the anthology, my mind immediately cooked up different story ideas. Finally, I chose one of the candidates and wrote the story. Another realization of mine was romance was the driving genre of my stories. As much as I want to have a different range of genres for my stories, each one always has to have some kind of romance to it. And I know that not many people like that, but I guess that's me as a writer. The only thing that really challenged me was the fact that it was erotic romance. That meant I would need to write a steamy scene within the story. And that was a challenge because I've never written a sex scene or an erotic story before. I once mentioned in a live stream that erotica was the genre I want to try and the genre I'm trying to avoid. And it's not because I hate erotica. I read erotic stories every now and then. The reason why I avoid it is that I don't think I would be able to give the genre justice. Now, you might be thinking, Nicole, you're 23 and you have a child. Surely you consider yourself to be someone with experience. Surely you've talked about it with your friends. Why would you struggle? A little fun fact for you: yes, I am a grown woman with a husband and a son, but I never discussed those kinds of stuff with other people. And should that rather sort of conversation happen, I never went into full details. I would briefly say, yes, I'm familiar with that, and nothing else. And if we're going to talk about imagining the sex scenes, that wasn't a problem at all. But I couldn't write that scene down without wide open eyes, questioning myself all the time if I was saying the right things. Thankfully, Margaret came up with the tears for steamy scenes, and I went with the mild one. Another realization: maybe this wasn't the good time for me to write erotica. I still need to learn more about the genre and read more from the genre. Maybe in the future I would be able to produce an erotic romance story without having the struggles I faced with my short story. I was also excited to be able to work with a professional editor on my short story because I knew I needed all the help I can get. My editor, Kirsten, was also a good friend of mine, and she had the perfect balance of being a friend and a professional. I'll make sure to link her website so you can check out her services. Before we end the episode, I just want to give a big thank you to Margaret for everything she's done for the anthology. She made the cover, formatted the pages, and really made sure that our book would get to where it is right now. She also offers author services, so if you want to check her out as well, I'll include her link down below. The journey with my short story, with the anthology, with the beautiful ladies I worked with was worth every step of the way, and I can't wait to work with them again in the future. Who knows? Maybe in the next anthology, I might be able to deliver a steamy scene.